often called the Jewel of Sahyadri and the City of Caves. This hill station boasts of a spectacular setting that includes lush green valleys, stunning waterfalls, serene lakes, and remarkable caves. The myriad places to visit in Lonavala that include historical sites, natural wonders, religious attractions, and yes, of course, the huge mountains. Today, 11th of December, Advocate Bapu Saheb Bhunde High School Lonavala welcomes you all for the digital presentation of International Mountain Day. It is celebrated annually on 11th December to create awareness about the importance of mountains to life, to highlight the opportunities and constraint in mountain development, and to build alliances that will bring positive change to mountain people and environment around the world. A mountain is a large landform that rises above the surrounding land in a limited area, usually in the form of a peak. A mountain is generally considered to be steeper than a hill. Mountains are formed through tectonic forces or volcanism. These forces can locally rise the surface of the earth, and these are called as mountains. There are three main types of mountains: fold mountains, fault block mountains, and volcanic mountains. They get their names from how they were formed. Fold mountains are formed when two plates run into each other and collide. The force of the two plates running into each other causes the earth's crust to crumple and fold. Many of the world's great mountain ranges are fold mountains, including the Himalayas. The fault block mountains are formed along faults where some large blocks of rocks are forced upward while others are forced down. The higher area is sometimes called the host and the lower a graben. Volcanic mountains are mountains that are caused by volcanic activities. These are two main types of volcanic mountains: volcanoes and dome mountains. Volcanoes are formed when magma erupts all the way to the surface of the earth. The magma hardens on the earth's surface, forming a mountain. Dome mountains are formed when a large amount of magma builds up below the Earth's surface. This forces the rock above the magma to bulge out, forming a mountain. Now let us see the importance of two most important mountains, Sahyadri Mountains and the Himalayas. The Western Ghats are also known as the Sahyadri, the Mountain of Patience. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of the 8 hotspots of biological diversity in the world. It contains a very large proportion of country's flora and fauna, many of which are only found in India and nowhere else in the world. As the summer monsoon approaches the west coast of India, they rise up the Western Ghats and the air cools. This cool air is less able to hold moisture and it is released as rainfall. This is called the orographic rainfall. Importance of Himalayas. The Himalayas play a very significant role in influencing the climate of India. By virtue of their high altitude, length, and direction, they effectively intercept the summer monsoon coming from the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea and causes precipitation in the form of rain or snow. They obstruct the cold winds coming from the north and return the monsoon winds back to India. Mountains play a significant role in providing water and food supply to millions of people in the world. Mountains cover around 22% of the surface of the earth and 13% of the world's population live in the mountains. Mountains offer 60 to 80% of the world's fresh water. They are loved for their beauty and reserved for the great physical challenge they present to those attempting to scale them. But one aspect of mountain is often overlooked: their power as a water, food, and energy supply. In fact, more than half of the world's population benefits in some way from their sources. Most of the rivers originate from the mountain tops. Dams are built across the mountains. The mountains also attract tourists and generate revenue through tourism. This is wide variety of richly diverse and endemic upland plant communities should be protected. We should conserve them because they are important for biological diversity, particularly in the tropics and warmer temperate latitudes. It gives us water, clean air, research, cultural diversities, leisure, landscape, and also spiritual values. Now let us do some activities. The first activity is that you all have to imagine and draw your dream mountain. Next, you have to write an essay on a visit to a mountain. You can write about any mountain you have visited. And lastly, you will write a letter to any mountain of your choice to thank for whatever it has provided. Thank you for listening and watching patiently. Have a wonderful day ahead.